So I am gonna make a hopefully quick video to tell you a part of our story. So a lot of you probably came here hoping for this, and I've been holding off for a while, but I'm gonna share. So most of you know I have a little boy. He is 11 months old and he's incredible. I decided to have him at, say, I'm 30, so about 27, 28-ish. And by decided, I mean I made like the active decision in my mind to have a baby. Like, I want to have a baby, I'm going to have a baby. Now, how are you going to do that? And for me, that meant as a divorcee that I needed to choose the person that I wanted to have a baby with. Yeah, I know, that sounds crazy to some people, but that's just it's who I am. So for me, it was important to choose who I had a baby with because other people might say differently, but I strongly believe, like, with everything that's in me, that one of the biggest decisions you ever make in your life is who you choose to have kids with. More important even than who you marry. Yes, I said that. But I say that because you could get married once or 10 times. You can divorce the person you marry and start over. It might be hard, it might suck, you might not like it, but you can do it. If you have a baby with someone, you're not going to be able to change that. You can't unhave the baby. Baby's here, you just got to deal, and it's a lot to take in. So for me, it was important to actively choose the person I wanted to have a child with, and to just be really thoughtful and mindful about what that would look like. And that meant I wanted a friend. So I talked to my best friend. I have a few, or had a few, but my best friend, the one who I decided to talk to, is Jay. That's what I call him. And I just asked him, hey, you think you want to have a baby with me? Of course, I explained like what I was talking about, why I was asking, the whole nine, and he was just kind of like, all right. I was like, wait, no, like, this is for real. Like, you have to really think about it, and we need to have some conversations about this, right? Like, let's figure out if it's a compatible situation. Like, do we see parenting the same way? Do we see like how to raise kids? What's important to you? What's important to me? What does discipline look like? What does schooling look like? Are you okay with with what your kids wear? Like, there are so many little pieces that for me were important. Like, I want my babies to be homeschooled. I'll explain that another day, but that's important to me. Homeschooling is a big deal, and so I want to stay on the same page about that. Discipline is a big deal for me, so I need to stay on the same page about that. Treating your sons the same way that you treat your daughters, I think, is important to me as well. And I don't mean that you don't treat every single child differently based on their personality, but instead that your son isn't allowed to do things that your daughter wouldn't be allowed to do because he is a male. I do not believe in that in any way. It doesn't vibe for me. So we talked through a bunch of those things for a long time. I mean, months and months and months and months. We talked through it, and it was still a yeah. We were both like, all right, let's figure this out. So we ended up having to really talk through, now how do we figure out having a baby? What do we do? Do we pick a day? Is anybody actually gonna pay to go to like a doctor or something? In case I'm not doing that. So we decided, short version, that we were going to plan a time and try, and that was more than a year later. I mean, after conversations and all this stuff, like, eventually we get to a place where we're prepared to make an effort. And right before we could do that, I went on a trip. I was doing a photo shoot in the Bahamas, and as crazy as it sounds, I was just hanging out. I mean, we were on the beach. It was beautiful. It was incredible. At some point, you'll probably want to see pictures because it was great. But I started itching. Like, we were talking on the phone, and suddenly I was scratching my legs, and instantly it hit me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get Zika virus. Because I had been bitten by like 6 mosquitoes, or maybe one really hungry mosquito, I don't know, but I got bit. Oh my gosh, I started freaking out. I'm telling him on the phone, like, oh my god, now we can't make our first attempt. Like, what if I have Zika virus? Like, there's so many rules. Like, I mean, we're checking the CDC website, we're reading up on all the details, like, what's the incubation period? I mean, everything. I kid you not. We were both like, oh snap, I ruined everything by going to the Bahamas for this photo shoot. I flew back home, and my doctor ordered like a special test that they send off to the CDC, and turns out I didn't have Zika virus. But that was enough of a scare for me, and so during the next cycle after waiting, we made our attempt, and on the first try, we conceived our baby. That's it. That is how it all got started, and we did that again with the intent for us to be platonic parents. So we didn't get into this expecting to have some sort of magical relationship or something, but that we would basically take what at the time was maybe 17, 18 years at the time of friendship, like legit from like 3rd grade, to just being co-parents who could truly put loving our kids first and focus on being good people to each other and to our baby, and raising a safe and happy and healthy human rather than focusing on each other, if that makes sense. So that's what we did. That's what we set out to do, and we conceived him on the first try, and he's amazing. Oh my gosh, he's such an incredible kid. But he is quite certainly like a perfect mixture of both his dad and I. But it's been a great journey. So that will, let's say, conclude part 1 of kind of how we got here. Oh, if you have questions, you are welcome to ask below. Some of you are just going to call me, text me, or whatever, but that's the beginning. That is how we started off. All right, bye guys.